So, cheer me up, babe.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Huh? Zappuccino, Zappuccino.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Man, oh man, it has been a wild few days for old Hasbro, man. And like, I swear, every time I try to get out, they pull me back in. So at the time of me recording this, real quick, let's get some house cleaning done. At the time of me recording this, the Omega Prime Haslab is at about 17,100 backers. Which, hey, congratulations. That means all the tiers are unlocked and everything. Maybe they'll give us a bonus tier. You know, maybe people will get a bonus tier. But, you know, for everybody that is in on this, yo, I'm super happy for you. I have about 2 or 3 friends that reached out to me and said they just recently backed it when it got to the first tier. They hit me up and said, oh man, I saw the first tier, and I was like, you know what, it's for real. I'm gonna back this thing. So they jumped in, and so they're happy. They're very happy. They've been like direct messaging me, trying to convince me to jump in. Like, oh man, you got to get in on this. You got to get in on this. And you know, honestly, I might upon fourth or fifth thought, not second thought, but for fourth or fifth thought, I might jump in on it. I don't know. We'll see. I might get that last minute FOMO. Let's see what happens. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, congratulations to everybody that wanted this. They're going to get it, and I'm super happy for you. And then we got to talk about this classified, man. Okay. Here's the thing. It has been a very, very long time since I was interested in getting an entire wave of a classified line. It's been a very long time. I have not even ventured to think about some of these figures they're dropping. I'm just like, meh, I'll wait for it to go on sale. I'm just like, yeah, okay, yeah. It's like the shiny plastic is kind of like bothering me at this point. Like I'm starting to not see progress in the line after all this time, and I'm just like nothing's really like exciting me. I feel like they're just kind of like quasi giving us stuff that we've been asking for, and the more in demand the figure seems to be, the cheaper the quality, because they know it's going to sell because of the character. That seems to be what I've been noticing. Let me know. Hit me up in the comments if you notice that as well. But it's like Shipwreck. Everybody wanted a Shipwreck, and I feel like they phoned it in on Shipwreck. Meanwhile, Torpedo and Rock and Roll weren't really like super duper high demand characters, at least from what I've seen on the forums. They were in demand, but not like high demand. They weren't like a top tier character from the old cartoon. And then they dropped those guys, and they're freaking fire. So I'm just like, there's a drop off somewhere around here. I don't know, and that's why I feel like they're playing these games. They're playing a shell game with it. But then they dropped this wave, and I'm like, oh crap! Like I was in for a little while. Then they got Jinx out. I was like, oh shoot, that's my girl. And then like every single figure they drop, even the retro figures, they were like, oh, we're gonna give you all the retro, we're gonna give you all the figures that were sort of the more expensive figures or the harder to get figures, and we're just gonna throw them in retro cards and give them back to you. It's like, whoa, okay. Way to listen to the crowd. Okay, so now I want the retro cards. I want all the retro cards, including the Beachhead. I want them all. I especially want the damn missiles for my Hiss tank. Oh man, they got me on that. Man. And it's like, this is the kind of stuff that I miss from Hasbro. It's like the G.I. Joe team, they get it. They're getting it. The Transformers team, I feel like they just kind of ran out of road, and now they're just kind of grabbing random characters from everywhere to try to round out waves, where G.I. Joe still seems to be pretty focused on giving some extra effort in their line. I got to give it to them. Like I said, I feel like at this point there should still be some sort of evolution in the articulation. Like, give us a little bit extra in the articulation, at this point. But whatever. For this wave, I'm gonna let it slide. Like, when they showed Doc, I was like, damn, that's fire, man. I was like, they dropped Doc, and he doesn't have a weirdo face like on him or anything like that. He looks like legit. Rawhide looks legit. Torch looks legit. Like, Torch makes me want to actually go get all the Dreadnoughts, man. I'm straight up. Like, I was kind of just like, I got Zartan, I'm good. I was like, Zarana, meh, whatever. Like, she cool, but whatever. But yeah, now I want them all. Like, that figure actually makes me want to go get the rest. Like, damn it, they getting me. They really just needed to give me just a little bit of something to draw me in. It was like the Night Creeper, like, everybody, like, this whole wave, man, was just fire. I mean, but the Techno Viper and HMS were just the tits, man. Those are the joint. It's like, I actually want this stuff. It's like, well, we got, what was the one? Everybody's like, oh, this is the best figure. It was like, what was it? Jody Shooter. Everybody was like, oh, Jody Shooter. Listen, I don't know who the fuck Jody Shooter is. Like, who the fuck is Jody Shooter? I don't know this bitch. Like, yo, Jody Shooter. Let me tell you something. Right now, I looked it up on a couple of different websites, and Jody Shooter be going for like $40, $45, $50, and she going to continue to go for $40, $45, $50. Everybody buying that motherfucker. Fuck with Jody Shooter. Get the fuck out of Jody Shooter. Give me a break. Yeah, they were like, oh man, she poses really well. Okay, that's great. Good for her. I don't give a shit about no Jody Shooter. I ain't burn no calories for some broad I don't know. Get the fuck out of here, Night Force Jody Shooter. And then somebody told me, like, I remember somebody told me, didn't she die like in like page 10 of a comic book? Like, how y'all making this? How you making figures die to page 10 of a comic book? Get the fuck out of here, Jody Shooter. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway. Moving on. And they need waves like this. They need to put more effort into this line. They need to put more effort across the board, because, like, I'm reading these articles, and I'm as a person who owns stock in Hasbro, I bought it on the cheap, and now it's like kind of peaking up a little bit, so I made a little bit of profit. Straight up, they gotta figure some shit out, man, because I don't even like this company right now. I'm just trying to make some money off their evil. Like, yo, straight up. So they cut a bunch of people before the holidays. Then I read this article right here about how bad their sales were during the holidays, and they're gonna scapegoat this, like a lot of companies. They're gonna blame inflation. They're gonna blame all this stuff. Here's what you should blame, right? Here we go. Your rent's too damn high. Like, my son, who loves Transformers, he loves them with me. Like, we both love them together. My son goes to the Walmart, the Target by us. We have two Walmarts by us, like, not too far away from one another, and we have a Target. And my son goes and sees the Transformers, and he's just like, even with his own birthday money, he has a lot of birthday money because a lot of people love this kid, and he's just like, oh, those Transformers cost too much. It was like, it was at that moment that I realized how much they're charging for what we're getting. I've talked about it, but it was at that moment when he has a good amount of birthday money from all the uncles and grandparents and me and all these. He has a good chunk of birthday money, but he was looking at his money versus how much the Transformers cost, and he said, nah, I'm good. That right there is your problem. Meanwhile, you go to the Mattel section, the Barbies are pretty cheap. So like my daughter, whose birthday is the same month as his, she got equal amounts of birthday money, and she was just like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna go buy Barbies." She was like, "I don't want to I don't want the RC. I don't want the pink Transformer. I want to buy a Barbie." Like, yo, even the wrestlers, the Mattel wrestling figures are cheaper. Like, and you're getting more in the box. You're getting a lot. You get so much going on. And I was like, "Hey, you want to look at these Marvel Legends? No, those are too expensive. You want to look? Oh, what about this McFarlane? That's okay, you know, but I don't like that version of Batman. Okay, cool. That. But it's like, yo, that moment told me a lot about what's going on with this company. This company, like, they need to lower their prices. And their cheap figures, they're $10 figures, they're $12. I think they have a $12, $15. It's a whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of different price scale. A whole bunch of different price scales. And the problem is with that is that their stuff at their prices are not as good as the competition at similar prices. And that's wild. It's like you could pay $10 for this Marvel figure that doesn't move, basically. It's just basically a brick. Or you could pay $10 for a Minecraft figure. My son got a bunch of Minecraft figures. He got, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not giving people more. Your competition is beating you to the punch. Your competition is beating you down. And I want this company to thrive because I love what this company produces. They have properties that I'm close to, but they're doing this shit, and it's not working. It's not working. I'm sorry, but this is a directionless company. I said it in one of my previous videos. It's a company that is out in the ocean with no sails and no paddles, just directionless. They're just going wherever the wind blows. And you can only blame so much on the licensing fees. You can only blame so much on all these other options that you want to pull out, inflation, all this other stuff. You know what? Yeah, they play a factor. But if you have high quality figures at a decent price, people will forego a lot of inflation. They'll look at your stuff a little bit more. It's like my kids don't even want the board games from Hasbro. They want to play Uno. They want to play. There was some other game they got that was from I think it was a Mattel game as well. They're playing those. It was like, and they're talking about cheaping out on the Nerf guns from now on to make more profit on the Nerf line. And I'm just like, I don't know. I might be unloading this stock ASAP because it kind of peaked up at the time of me recording this, excuse me. The stock peaked up a little bit. I might just sell it. I might take a little more profit and run. But yeah, I don't know. This is a wild. It's been a wild few days for this company, and some of the stuff I'm reading, I'm not feeling them. They need to get their stuff together. They seriously do. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, let me know if you think I'm way off. Let me know if you think I'm right on to the spot. Let me know what you think about the Omega Prime. Did you back it? Let me know what you think about this wave of G.I. Joe. Are you all in on these? And yeah, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you check out the community tab. That's where I post any pre-orders, any deals on figs, or any restocks that I come across while browsing the World Wide Web. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Also, a link in the description is this article that I was talking about. Also in the description is my Amazon affiliate link. It's pretty awesome, pretty cool. All you have to do is click on a link, go on Amazon, buy away, and Amazon will pay me a small commission for everything you buy, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. But yeah, with that, be safe, be good, and it's Drunken Prime cracking open another beer and signing off.